Good morning, and we are live right here at the Limpopo Tourism Agency, where the agency has announced Mr. Silo Maleka as the acting CEO of Tourism Agency right here in Limpopo. Now, what he was doing for us today, he was telling us or revealing some of the plans that he has for the next 5 months until the new financial period. Are you ready for what the agency has in store for Limpopo tourism? Check out hashtag Limpopo TV. Welcome home. Good morning. We are live right here at the Limpopo Tourism Agency, where the agency has just announced Mr. Silo Maleka as the acting CEO. Now, you want to know what the agency has in store for Limpopo tourism this 5 months. He is the right man to talk about, or to talk to, actually. He's right here with me. Mr. Maleka, how are you doing this morning?
I'm well in yourself.
I am all right. Now, congratulations on being the acting CEO of the agency. Now, tell me, I know the chairperson has told us a little bit about you when the media started. For the benefit of our viewers, who is Mr. Salomaleka?
Okay, thank you for this opportunity and good morning to your viewers. Maybe I can just do this so that they can see who they are viewing here. Ke Sello Maleka gae ke ka mo moletši ka mo bareng ke Magodu, and obviously born and bred here in Polokwane, but studied Gauteng and worked in a number of provinces here in Limpopo, Gauteng, and some work in Mpumalanga. I've got a family here in Polokwane, so I'm a resident of Polokwane. So I started here. I'm not going to give you a lot back, just in terms of my tenure here at LTA. I started in 2013 as an executive human resources and later chief corporate services officer. And obviously during my tenure here is that you are given the opportunity from time and again, when the CEO is not in, you act in that position. And I've done that even in my previous environment where I was an executive. You'll be given that opportunity. And obviously, when the board decided, look, when the CEO left, they said, but out of our team, who can assist us? And then I was approached by the board with a view that I assist them in the next coming 4 months. And when people congratulate you out there, they think like this man is appointed, it's permanent. No, it's only for a period of 4 months. And obviously, the board will decide whether, what's happen, the future, whether they're going to advertise it, don't know the future outlook, but they'll decide as the board. But then, yeah, that is who I am. And yeah, I play social golf. And yeah, from time to time, again, on Sundays, you go out there and try and, strike the ball. When you strike the ball, you tell it all your problems. You hit it and you say, I dealt with 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is just a sport that over the weekend I try and get myself, relieved with.
Now, you have mentioned that you've been appointed as the acting CEO for the next 4 months. 5 months. Should the board decide to bring in a new CEO, are you guys going to be moving throughout the same theme of plans that you have announced to the media today?
The planning in government is very much organized. I mean, even from government to entities. So, you'll have your 5-year strategic plan that is now, dovetailed into your annual performance plan. So those plans are done at the beginning of the year, and they are approved and they sit there, they are authorized that these are the official plans. So you cannot just wake up at any given time and just think that you can alter the plans. Even if you have to do it, like we have done during the COVID-19, it will be through a very well-coordinated process. So in this case is that whoever comes, say for argument's sake, in January, February, we do our plan for 2021, 21, 22. Whoever is appointed as the CEO obviously will come in. You know, the only interesting thing in this environment is that, okay, you have got the plans, but obviously there's an element of creativity that each and every individual will bring to the scene. You know, in terms of how best can I do this, or how quick can I do, the turnarounds and the efficiencies. One will look at those things. But the plans obviously are there, and they'll be implemented as such unless through coordinated, process and approach. But other than that, what one needs to bring on board as the CEO is the leadership. Guide the team. You've got a capable team here at LTA. So what all one needs to do is just guide the team to achieve the objectives.
Now, it is November, December is coming up. You've spoken about the Limpopo Summer Campaign. Now, how do you think this Limpopo Summer Campaign will benefit us, obviously, after, COVID-19 and us actually being on level 1? Can it actually boost our tourism effectively the way you wanted it to be boosted?
Yes. In terms of our plans, is that remember the industry was knocked down, very hard, especially the tourism industry. So the summer campaign and other, this might be one of our key projects out there, but there are smaller elements out in the periphery that we are also running, social media and other campaigns that you are running on the sidelines. All I get, you have got the holiday fair that is also arranged by the Tourism Association. So all those activations and the platforms that we will be using, they are get at improving, the occupancy rate and also people visiting the province. You'll remember that we market the destination Limpopo. We market our products. We will also market the destination Limpopo because Rena, a tourist will look at that person who will book in a place, but booking is fine, you'll book and sleep, but that person must also spend money and leave money in the province. We assume that the person comes into the province, he'll pour petrol at our petrol station, he'll buy whatever the needs around the local shop or the local spaza shop. They'll leave some money that is spent in our province. That is more of our interest. As much as they go into a product, which is our key, but then there's that, those spin-offs that that particular tourist of a person visiting our province will then leave us with.
You have outlined that COVID-19 has actually put a knock onto this tourism industry, specifically for BNBs and guest houses. There are a few in the province as a whole that have closed down but are looking to operate again. As part of your plans, are there plans within the tourism agency to see some of these guest houses actually getting up on their feet and benefiting the tourism industry?
Yes, 100%. They form part of our whole, economic chain. So obviously, as the government is assisting in all sectors, and obviously as the tourism sector, from our shareholder, from the national government, there are interventions that were brought about in terms of assisting businesses. So it's not just really from a tourist point of view, but tourism point of view, but there are other, measures out there in terms of assisting. But we are coming in an area where we are trying to say, now your BNB is opened, and now we must bring people into that BNB through our marketing initiatives. So that's where we'll be focusing on. And obviously, we don't do it alone because if you can realize, we have got associations. There's an association that is for the whole Limpopo, and we've got, those are looking at your districts, and then, so that, we collaborate with them, we understand, we have meetings with them, we have engagements with them. They are the ones who normally brief us and tell us the needs. Our research unit also is helping with data when coming to certain things that are happening. So obviously, through the associations, through the engagements with our stakeholders, we are able to determine and understand the needs, and then be able to, bring the necessary interventions in terms of helping out and reaching out.
I know this one might just be a little bit difficult, but second wave of COVID-19. Are we ready as an agency?
Yeah, that is a very difficult one. in terms of the second wave. We are all, praying in our own little corners that we are not hit by the second wave. Because, I mean, if you look at the impact date, most of the businesses are not operating; they are out of business. A whole lot of people lost their jobs. And obviously, our government has done very well in terms of bringing the interventions out there. But now the question is, if a second wave comes, will the means that are out there be able to sustain them? Because we don't know if the second wave comes, how long is it going to take us to be out there? But like I said, we are all praying. But as an industry, obviously, we are guided by the authorities when coming to the issue of the COVID-19. So if a second wave was to come, we'll then follow the necessary protocols. Government and through national government and all the authorities that are dealing with this, including South African tourism, who in most cases come very much helpful in terms of guiding from the tourism sector. So we can't say we can plan for it. Because we don't know. We have never been in a second wave, but the experience that we had through the first wave, gave us a clue to say even if the second wave comes, it won't be good for the country, it won't be good for the province, it won't be good for businesses and individuals. So we are all just keep our prayers, if we can even put it that way, that let's practice safe. Social distancing, let's wear our masks at all times, let's sanitize, wash our hands, so that we keep the second wave away from us. That is personally and from an entity's point of view, our plea that once we can comply with the protocols, I'm sure we might be able to lower the impact or even the whole issue of a second wave coming.
Now, when you closed your address this morning, you said media or people out there, you can also send us a few of the ideas that you think we need to implement to boost this tourism agency. How can these people send you these ideas, and how can you assure them that you will take the ideas into consideration?
It's not really about taking everything that comes out there. All we are saying is that with this COVID-19, people are out there, their experiences, there are things that they observe and they see. So we are at a situation where inputs are more than welcome. Just to say, this situation we visited this place and we observed 1, 2, 3, 4. What about dealing with this? I'm just saying we're in a situation where it's the new normal, but obviously new to most of us in terms of dealing with certain things. So all we are saying that it's not easy for all of us. This is the right time where, as stakeholders, as partners, we need to bring our heads together in terms of finding solutions to our common problem. Because the coronavirus it's a problem for all of us. It's not for certain people. So, that's how we're saying that going forward. We'll collaborate with our stakeholders, we collaborate with our partners out there, so that we can also, because remember, the budgets were cut, and obviously one has to be creative in terms of how you're going to harness on other activities that are out there. So we'll also bring an element of being creative and using our platforms, using while we are implementing our plans, so that we can help the industry. The purpose is to help the industry so that it can pick up. That is our sole purpose.
Mr. Maleka, thank you very much for this morning.
You're welcome.
That was Mr. Maleka, who is the acting CEO of Limpopo Tourism Agency, and you heard it from him. All inputs are welcome. It is important that stakeholders and partners come together to ensure that this tourism industry within the Limpopo province is effective and is able to contribute to the economy. My name is Brenda Sachota, Limpopo TV. Welcome home.